Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle, and I'm coming to you tonight making my first video on gratitude. I'm smiling because I'm busy laughing at myself. It's funny to see me doing this, but this is the effort that is necessary for me to see where else this is going to go. Recently, I've been looking at different things regarding my own gratitude list. And what I wanted to do was to reach out to people that I know to ask them if they would be willing to share their gratitude list with me so that I could pull out certain pieces of information and share it in my videos. So if you see the nervousness, I ask that you please forgive me. It is my first. I hope that disappears soon. But I'm grateful to be able to make the effort to get this done. So here's what's going on. I have for many years written a gratitude list, and at one point, clearly I was not grateful for, I don't know, not much. I lived in happy and sad. Let me change that. I lived in happy and angry. And, it was a really bad place to be. What I didn't know was that those two places were places that I created for myself and kept myself there. So if I didn't get something that I wanted, of course I was angry. And if I got something that I wanted, I could laugh about it, but I really didn't understand what gratitude was. And I've, over the years, really begun to understand that gratitude is an energy. I would not personally describe it as a feeling, but I would describe it as an energy because when I'm grateful, there is a type of radiance that sits around me. And when I'm looking at other people who I know are grateful, I see that same kind of energy come up off of them as well. Now, I don't walk around like floating or anything like that because that's not what happens, but that glee is real, and that glee is with me, and you can see it. And I so would like to see that happen for so many other people. One of the things that I am grateful for is to be able to awaken at, 6 in the morning. Well, actually earlier, but I do some, prayer stuff before I listen to the Steve Harvey show. And he often speaks about gratitude and how, being grateful brings more blessings into your life. He states that, how can you ask God for more when you haven't shown any appreciation for what you have right now? Of course I agree with that, because in my own life I have seen that when I was not grateful, I didn't get much more. But the more gratitude I began to have and display for what it is that I do have, more began to show. And yes, I am grateful. And I understand that you can never have too much gratitude. Just to be grateful all the time is a really good place to be. I also understand that it helps to keep you young at heart. And I think that's a fabulous place to be, regardless of what's going on around you. So what I did recently was I created an email address. And the email address is RevolutionGratitudeNow. So yes, that's what I want to do. I want to get a revolution underway. Not a revolution in the sense that we are taught the word revolution from history, in that, it's a group of people who are fighting against conditions that are not beneficial to them, but a revolution where you evolve into more in a positive sense. Because there will be change. And it doesn't have to be what you want it to be, but change will show regardless of what's going on or who you are. So if it's going to happen, I've told myself, why not let it be a positive thing? And it's been a lot of work on self to get me to where I am, and there's a great deal more that has to be taken care of, but I am willing to step into that place where that change will take place, right? So what I did was I created the email address and went into another email address, pulled out some contacts of people who I felt would send me a gratitude list. And I told them that once I got things sort of set up, like I work on the small things, and once I get to the second part of it, or the next part might be better for me to say, that I would let them know what's taking place and just share it with them. So that's what this video is to do, is just to give like a little introduction of what it is that's going on in relation to gratitude, the email address, and what the list is, going to do for me. I've gotten responses. Well, a little bit surprised, but very happy about that. Because I do have people who support me. It's a really good place to be. I do have people who are, I want to say, sort of behind me, but I do have people who are supportive of who I am as a person, which tells me that I've grown a great deal, because I've always had support, but they didn't always feel like they could share that support with me, because I was a little bit of a roughneck at one point, and I'm so hoping that so much of that has changed. So, so I wanted to just kind of introduce, who I am, what it is that I'm looking for. Again, the email address will be below the video. I am going to have to put myself in a place of patience, because some things take some time. And once I get, more of the emails about, what people are grateful for, I will begin to get into the next part of what I would like to see me do with them. And it really is to share about my life, to share about the things that I'm grateful for. For instance, I'm in a new 24 hours, a 24 hours that I've never been in before, with the same breath that I had yesterday. That is what I'm grateful for. A new day, same breath, another day added on to my life. That is inspiring for me. What is going to take place in a new 24 that didn't take place in the last 24? So yes, I'm grateful about those things, having the ability to do this, having a place to do it in that, has my name on the lease that I'm responsible for. I'm grateful for that. That I have a job that I go to that allows me to maintain these things. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the, my movement, that my senses are intact. I can speak to you, even though when I look at the video afterwards, I hear a lisp. But it's okay. I'm grateful for the food that I ate today, because I love to eat. That is certainly one of the things that I enjoy so much. I'm grateful for the ability to purchase food that I like, that I really enjoy. That is a blessing. I'm grateful for hot meals. I'm grateful for the ability to maintain myself. That is the kind of stuff that I would like to talk about, to create an energy that is so overwhelming for people who may not, be there, and maybe even pose a challenge for 30, 60, or 90 days for someone who just doesn't believe that gratitude is worth anything. And if they find after that challenge that it really isn't anything for them, they can leave it alone. That is certainly their choice. So it's all of this is a challenge for me, but all of it is inspiring for me as well. And I'm not going to keep you. I wanted to make this short so that I can start to pull the rest of the smaller things together, so that I can come back and really get into what it is that I'm looking to do. So I have to say thank you so much for allowing me to share this time with you. I'm really grateful that I made the effort to try, to get this underway. And please reach out to me. The email again will be below the video. It is RevolutionGratitudeNow. Again, my name is Michelle. I want to bid you a farewell and be grateful.